This is amazing, dude. This is amazing. Look at this. The Montreal Canadiens have agreed to terms on a 2-year contract extension with Rafael Harvey-Pinard. The deal is worth an AAV of $1.1 million a year, and if we take a look at this, he's 24. When the contract expires, will he be an RFA? I'm not too sure. If it is the case that he's going to be an RFA once the contract is over, then that's a really good deal. But Rafael Harvey-Pinard coming back onto the Canadiens for 2 seasons with $1.1 million per year as the AAV, I feel like this is a great contract already. Montreal Canadiens GM Kent Hughes announced on Monday, oh boy, I pressed the spacebar, we don't want to go all the way down there, that the team has agreed to terms on a 2-year contract extension with Rafael Harvey-Pinard. Harvey-Pinard, who is 24, registered 20 points, 14 goals, and 6 assists in 34 games with the Habs in 22-23. The Saguenay, Quebec native made his season debut on January 17th. Yeah, by the way, I know, I probably messed that up really badly, so y'all can roast me in the comments. It's fine, I give you permission. He led all rookies in goals as well as all rookie forwards in block shots over that span. Harvey-Pinard also played 40 games with the Rocket in the AHL before being called up by the Habs. The 5'9", 181-pound forward scored 16 goals and added 15 helpers with Laval while also serving 20 penalty minutes. He was initially a 7th-round pick by the Habs back in 2019, and I was always a really big fan of the draft pick when it was made. The reason being was that Harvey-Pinard sort of fell into this different strategy that Habs executives were executing in this time frame. You had them taking overage, really talented players towards the end of their drafts. You saw this with, Arsen Kisamutinov? You saw this with Harvey-Pinard. Overage guys who were draft eligible prior years who had not gotten drafted and getting taken with 7th-round picks in later years. Harvey-Pinard had a really interesting case because he was a small forward with some bite. Really, really big bite in the QMJHL. This served him well for the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies as well as the Chicoutimi Saguenay, where he was a very good point producer over there as the captain of both of those teams. And the way this drafting strategy worked was, okay, the Canadiens wanted to get this guy, but instead of waiting for him to become a free agent and signing him, they drafted him so they would hold on to his rights for a bit and eventually had more time to bring him over. This allowed for some proper development. He played in Laval. He was really good in Laval. And then for the Habs this year, I mean, if we do the math, 14 divided by 34 multiplied out by 82, Harvey-Pinard was scoring at a 33-goal pace. And if you do the points, he was on pace for 48 points. Now, obviously, 14 goals and only 6 assists isn't really the most sustainable number out there. But for $1.1 million a year over the next 2 years, I feel like that's a more reasonable bet to go out there and make for a guy that is very talented and provides a lot of the good stuff. You know, he works really hard, he skates quick, he's aggressive, he gets under his opponent's skin. That was a very signified quality in his game in the QMJHL, and it's taken him to success in the AHL level as well. For 2 years with the Montreal Canadiens at $1.1 million, I think this is a great deal. And again, I'm not too sure how the specifics are going to work. By the time this contract is over, he'll be 26, so I'm not sure if he'll be an RFA. If he is an RFA, then that's even better. Oh, here we go. Cap friendly, yeah, he'll be an RFA. He will be an RFA once this contract expires, which means that if he does go out there and maybe, let's say, gets a 40 to 45 point season, the Habs will still retain negotiating rights, making this a very, very solid contract. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Rafael Harvey-Pinard coming back to Montreal for 2 years. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.